Hello viewers and welcome back to Allayi on Endless. I want to say something real quick as we get into this episode. Having the Forgotten as a neighbor, especially if the Forgotten have no other neighbors, and effectively here they don't, right? Because Purple will be dead in the next 20 turns or something. Pink has a small border with them. It could come to something. It probably won't because Pink will be focused on me and Red. And I think we have a feeling that Green is on this side, right? Because of the way that Green entered our territory. So it's probably Blue with their back up against the sea and just us to focus on for most of the game. That is almost like having lost already. Purple would like to threaten us for no reason, so that's great, because we didn't have enough problems. Sometimes the game requires you to respend your reapply your Empire plan if you get an Empire plan and then save the game without hitting end turn first. So just make sure that that's set. So we're going to have a lot of problems with Blue, is the point I'm making. They're going to be pillaging our stuff, they're going to be infiltrating our cities and killing our population, which for Allayi is doubly bad, because our population takes so much effort to maintain. Basically, I don't know exactly how best to counter them, and I'm very concerned about our position so far. And would you look at that? A blue army in our territory. Gee, I wonder why. We need to close our borders to Blue. Okay, we need to warn Blue so that the closing of our borders ends up costing us a lot less. Because that's going to happen soon. By warning Blue and then demanding that they get the hell out of our territory, we're basically guaranteeing war. So hopefully Pink won't get too feisty until after we've managed to deal with that. I think this is what we're going to do with our Seekers. I want the initiative very badly from the glass steel weapon, but glass steel shields don't have any initiative, so there's no particular reason for us to equip them. I want to split my resource costs over the two different resources, since we're going to have income of both in the very near future. I know, we're all good with that. I do need to upgrade my hero's gear, though. First of all, we didn't even go all the way up on the iron armor, and secondly, for the same reasons, making the same decisions here as far as weapons go, this costs almost all of our dust, so accessories are just going to have to wait. Oops. Hitting enter to end the turn like it's Civ. So we should see a pretty solid reduction in the number of turns necessary to complete this. Yep. In case you're wondering why so many turns came off of that, you're just going to start a pillage right in front of me. God, I hate the Forgotten. The reason that so many turns came off of the legendary building there is that the Empire plan that lowers the cost of buildings, lowers their cost by 33% of their base cost, not by 33% of what you have remaining. So we lost 5 turns instead of 2 off of the time to build that thing. What do I want to do about this? Can I afford to attack them? Well, I mean, clearly they don't think I can afford to attack them, right? Because otherwise they wouldn't have come over here and started pillaging right in front of me. But there may be another army of theirs nearby, completely stealthed up. That might be why they feel secure. And our Seekers are still really injured. Well, it's going to take them a couple of turns to finish pillaging that. Maybe I can just hope that we get the borders closed before they finish it. I don't know how quickly the warning is going to reduce the cost of the declaration exactly. 10 turns is not perfectly ideal. How much quicker can we get that out? Okay, that's better. Like, we really need growth, but we also really need a functional army, and like pretty soon, I think. Oh, also, to that end, we need to research the monk. The monk is just a better unit, basically, than the seeker. That's a little oversimplifying, but the monk is very good. The seeker is a lot like the dervish, the roving clan's dervish. Very numerically similar, with the exception that seekers have about, like, 20% less base damage, I think, off the top of my head. And that sucks. Not to put too fine a point on it, but I'm just checking to see where the cliff face is here. If we step into their territory, our army's liable to get attacked. I don't want to do that. So I wanted to see if I could grab the ruin from this space. Yeah, Seekers are like dervishes with less damage, which is a little bit of a problem because we're not really tough enough to withstand the extra attacks that enemies will get due to the fact that we're killing them in more swings than a dervish would have to take. This is really bad. And of course our titanium extractor is right on the blue border as well, so they'll be free to pillage that with total reckless abandon. Alright, we got our legendary, that's good. It'll help with our terrible approval problems. Green wants peace, that's definitely in our favor. Gimmail was settled by somebody, which is, yeah, blue, has to be blue. So at this point, if we attacked blue, if war broke out between us and blue, they would be flooding our country with an endless supply of armies from 3 sides. And we wouldn't know that any of them were coming until they got adjacent to our buildings. We probably need to pick up right-of-way tech so that we can get the watchtowers, actually. More than the trade routes, we need watchtowers. The watchtowers will help us fend those attacks off a little bit. When we hit meritocratic promotion in a couple of turns, it's going to increase the upkeep cost of our armies. It's going to hurt our dust production, which is not very good in the first place. So I'm not sure how we're going to make money. I guess at some point Gulji is going to have an Empire Mint. That'll help. We just really need a functional army that we can use to fight blue. Yeah. That sucks a huge amount. They just stole a point of population from our city for 8 turns, basically. Let's go stand on this extractor and safeguard it a little bit. I wonder if they're allowed to start a pillage on a thing that has an army on it. Oh, they're going to that glass steel extractor instead, it looks like. Oh, and also there's an army of more guys. These ones are only Assassin 2s. So we need multiple armies safeguarding our stuff, basically, until we can kill blue. And that has to be our goal. Wow, it's going to take 8 turns to research monk. Our science is not in a great place right now. I feel like we're sort of not in a great place in basically every way. Yep, the Draken player got the influence thing. That makes sense. That's generally going to happen. Maybe they're not going for the glass steel extractor? Because I feel like they'd be there already if they were. Huh. Alright, well. Yeah, that extra point of population that should be working on helping produce soldiers. That really sucks. How much does closed borders cost right now? Not that much. I think we definitely need to do this. Yep, we treat you as beasts because you're big jerks. Oh, you closed borders at the same time and then had the gall to be upset about me doing the same thing. Having to be near Forgotten is just the worst. It is the worst thing that can possibly happen. I'm going to leave this army right where it is so that it can move to either of these things quickly. In case you're not aware of how this works, armies that are completely stealthed can cross borders that are closed to them. And then if the player whose territory they enter, gets vision of them, then they can be forced back out. But they're forced back out the turn after you get vision instead of, immediately, which is what I would really like to happen. So we have to stay vigilant still because they can still come into our territory and pillage our stuff even with the closed borders. Taking a significant dust hit for having two armies on the table. Actually, maybe I should go ahead and just merge these real fast to deal with that. Yeah, I think that had to happen, unfortunately. Alright, Gulji is gonna have an Empire Mint eventually. That's... man. We're still at the phase of the game where I'm like, oh, I can't wait for that Empire Mint. This is rough. We're in a rough position. So 5 turns until monks. We're basically just waiting. Just kind of twiddling our thumbs here. We need units to be built in our 3 cities with a grand total of 8 population. Oh, what is this? Purple has declared war on me. Really? Me? Actually, never mind. I actually don't want them to go that way. Yeah, we'll come around the bottom side of Gulji. So, in 2 turns, we'll have 2 more units. The Seeker's about to get finished. Do I want to just build another one right away? Yeah, probably. We'll have a pretty full army. Oh, man, do I want to run? Actually, I'm not sure. Yeah, they have to come into Gulji, right? There's no way for them to get to Iberian. Not really. Alright, so pop these guys out, merge them into this army. I don't know what Purple's army looks like. Hopefully it's not too terrifying. It's entirely possible, though, that if we start to fight with Purple, Blue, or Pink... well, actually we haven't met Pink yet, but Blue might decide that is a good opportunity to attack us. Moment when we're too distracted to fight back. Can you get in range before it turns into an actual attack? Okay, this is an army mostly composed of preachers. That's good for us. Preachers are not very good units. So our first focus here has to be the fanatics. These 2 fanatics are actual cavalry. So, here's a question. Do we place ourselves back by the reinforcement flags and just cede the city tile, which currently will give +3 morale? I think so. I don't think the +3 morale is going to be enough of a help. These guys have 4 move. So this one's going to get in range no matter what we do. I suppose the thing that makes sense is to have the hero run forward and shoot. Right, if I get to here, I'll be able to hit him. Yeah, I don't feel great about it. And yeah, everybody else just get him as soon as you can afford to get him. As soon as you're able, I should say. Okay, 0 damage against a target standing in the open. That's a real good start. They have 109 defense. Another 0 damage. Again, a gentle reminder that the very worst case scenario is 20% chance of dealing 0 damage, so rolling significantly below expected value already. Try to move my hero back to a position where he's not going to get surrounded by preachers. I guess the AI is probably not going to do that. Since Preachers have such poor stats and really don't contribute anything to battle except for their buff, it's often wise to use them to surround enemy ranged units just to reduce the enemy ranged units' morale. But it looks like the AI probably won't be doing that. The effect of the morale loss on the Preachers is extremely minimal because their values are so low in the first place. Wow. We're taking a lot of damage here. Perhaps we could maybe deal some actual damage so that we don't have to get hit by both of these. Nope, never mind. Yeah, we're definitely dealing very poor damage. These guys have a fair amount of health and quite a lot of defense. But even controlling for their defense, we are dealing a lot less damage than we should be. Way too many zeros. Alright. If we bring down the Fanatic, the Preachers are guaranteed to fall. They pose like absolutely no threat. This thing where you have to take this guy down 18 health at a time when he has 230 health is a bit of a bummer, though. My guess would be that we will not kill this Preacher, or this Fanatic rather, during this battle. Well, we have to hit him 10 more times. Assuming, you know, expected damage. Ooh, wow. That was nice. You know what? Thanks to that, we got 2 attacks that varied up pretty high there. Thanks to that, we'll definitely get him. Alright. So now we can just kind of run roughshod over the Preachers. You can see at the top here they have very little health. Their base stats are very poor. Even all buffed up, they only have 26 damage. Wow, 0 though. You guys do have to try a little bit. -1. Like, deal a little bit of damage to them. There you go. So even with the tier 2 weapons, our army is, like, hopelessly weak, it looks like. The monks will help a lot. Monks are more aggressive units. Also, it is worth keeping in mind, I guess, that we're in our light form right now, a little bit more defensive. Even so, we're taking far, far more damage than we're dishing out. And the Fall of Winter will adjust our unit's attack upward. It will not affect their damage. So... Alright, let's engage these guys while they're just 2 Preachers. I'm surprised they did not run. Okay, well, here's the quest to get the unit that you used to fight Guardians. Not really my primary concern. So we don't have the spare happiness to have another city right now, but we don't actually have a choice. If we are able to somehow get Purple's capital, we have to keep it. We could not possibly afford to burn that. So do we just produce another Seeker? Yeah, I think so, even though we have no money. Like, I don't think that we have a choice. We gotta keep pumping units out here. Gulji can become the center of our economy, probably. It's gonna have to be. Alright, so let's have a look at Purple's territory. This, of course, means that Blue's gonna be able to pillage whatever they want, and I don't have the resources to safeguard my stuff against their pillaging right now. Everybody's gotta be on the front lines. Actually, it would help with our dust a lot if I would not have this guy as an army running around solo. I should merge these armies up real quick just because we desperately, desperately need it. Empire Mill, or the Empire Mint, rather, certainly helping. Yep, the blue guys are gonna repillage the the manufacturing village, and there's just nothing I can do about it. We gotta figure out how we're gonna conclude this war with purple. So that sucks. It might be worth picking up the Chapel of Origa. I don't usually, but this causes converted villages, or assimilated villages, to give 2 population instead of 1. And I think that it might be worth it for us because it's so hard for us to get population. That is something that we're going to have to think about. Aldo Dev will lose population next turn. Okay. It's also going to lose a point of population in a couple of turns when that village gets burned to the ground. We're definitely in a less than ideal place here. Having one neighbor that declares war on you while the other neighbor is... another neighbor is the Forgotten is really rough. What is this? What are you doing? Are you serious right now? Boy, the game thinks he's going to do really well here. Yeah, this guy took a lot of damage, but that's kind of what I was expecting. Weird. The free influence from anomalies has ended, but we got a lot of influence out of it. We'll be able to do some cool empire planning. Alright, we have to get a look at Purple's actual city here, I think. There is a non-zero chance that we'll be able to push and threaten. It looks like winter's about to happen too. That's actually really beneficial for us. We're way better at this during the winter. Okay, so Purple has 100,000 units. And also, look at these blue guys. What are they doing? Technically, they could attack us right now if they wanted to. Alright, pick up some extra attack for our units. The winter's good for us militarily. It is not so good for us economically. I'm really glad that we have... Honestly, let's just put everybody on it. I'm really glad that we have the extra dust per citizen right now. It's going to turn out to be vital to us not going completely broke. So we got to back off due to these blue guys who are going to maybe make things a little bit more difficult than I would like them to be. But maybe we'll get lucky and they'll attack Purple. Ah. They converted my village. Well, actually, they converted a village that was destroyed. So I didn't actually lose anything there. Unfortunately, we don't really have a choice but to... Why? Why does there have to be a vine snake right there this turn? Alright. Yeah, that's really annoying. Go! Why are you not going? I wonder if this space is obstructed. Yep. Because they couldn't not do the most annoying thing available to them. Alright, well, we have a little bit of time here where I can't really afford to produce a lot of new units. You know what? Nobody's done the megapole. No, we need to level up our districts, actually. Like, pretty badly. Alright. Let's just build a bunch of Garths here real quick. We'll build out our triangle in the capital. I think we have enough... Yeah, because this is an altar. We actually only need 3 additional districts. We have 4 population. This should be fine. So, do I want to just attack these guys? It wouldn't allow me to unite my armies yet, because this army only has 2 moves, so I guess it's not really worth doing. Yeah, I'd rather lead in with the full army, the bigger army, on the attack. Alright, we force those blue guys out of our territory. I don't think I should have to manual that. New quest? Oh, they wanted us to bring them 5 glass steel. I totally had forgotten that. Yeah, that's fine, man. We have extra glass steel right now. So what do we have here? Alright, they do have nameless. Yeah, they have nameless guard now. 134 attack. What is my defense on these troops? 61. So they're basically guaranteed good damage on their attacks. Man, 134 attack. I wonder... They must be in Palladium and Adamantium at least. Well, a war with blue is costly in or a war with purple is costly in terms of time, mostly. It's dividing my attention. It's not really doing a lot else. At some point we need to kill that village and reconstitute it. I was waiting for them to move far enough apart. Is this where blue starts decreasing my population? Yep, Aldodev. Okay, I don't have any way of countering that, to be perfectly honest with you. We do a roundup. The way the roundup works, in case you're unfamiliar with it, is that it reduces the output of your industry or your resources per citizen working, in exchange for buffing your city's security for a little while and then performing a check for spies in the city while the city's security is at its highest level from the buff. When the city's population is very low, the cost of doing a roundup is similarly very low because you're only reducing the output of 1 or 2 citizens. I don't know what happens if you try to decrease population on a city that's already at 1 pop, or if it's even something that you can do. But it's not good for us that we're in a situation where it's even something I have to think about. It means things are going very poorly. Yep, they're converting all my cities. Here's some guys who are going to try to savage something. We at least get to force them out of our territory. If we attack this village, it's going to pull all of these troops in. And to be perfectly honest with you, I think we'll lose. I think we'll lose that battle. My hero and 6 of our upgraded units. And let's run this guy over into this city's garrison real quick. Or actually, even better, let's take one of the Seeker 2s, move that back to the garrison. Place him in the army with a Seeker 3. I think, honestly, if I attack this village and these guys all come in as reinforcements, we legitimately could lose that battle. That said, I don't think things are actually going to get a lot better anytime soon. We may as well go for it. We need more Garths. This will help a lot because leveled up, this thing will give 20 more approval. But honestly, I don't... Yeah, okay, this is all we can do. I think we have to attack this turn. We're never going to be in a situation that's better. Alright, I am reasonably happy with this deployment, I guess. Where's the Seeker 2? It's one of the injured ones, right? No, it is this guy, in fact. Okay, well, I guess him being in front makes sense. Probably... it should be like this. Okay, it looks like the AI chose not to defend the village, so that's going to be very helpful to me. But pillaging Forgotten on one side and cultists also pushing means that we're never going to be able to maintain population from minor faction villages. And minor faction village population is actually way more important for the Allayi than it is for a lot of people, due to our difficulties with our own numbers. So I have to resolve these problems quickly if we're going to win the game. If we're going to stand any chance. Basically, purple has to die. This war can't have any other end than purple losing the game if we are going to win. All right, our action point is spent, so I can't start it on these guys just yet. We may as well move over here. It looks like those nameless guard might be going for our capital. Okay, well that involved all of them. I was hoping to... Whatever, we don't have a choice. We gotta kill... Okay, purple retreated. That's actually really good for us. Oh, and we can retrofit the one unit. Get eyes on these blue guys. Force them out of our territory. It does look like the capital may be getting attacked, though. I don't know. So we have a pretty good move. We can get to right here, which definitely puts us in range of the capital. To reinforce it. I'm gonna do... Actually, no, you know what? I'm totally fine with this empire plan again. Another village converted. Did purple declare war on me just so that I couldn't close my borders to them? Is that really what happened? I'm starting to think that that might be what they've done. Alright. Decrease industry. Okay, so you can't decrease population on a one population city. There is no way that the Forgotten AI would have done a decrease industry if they could have decreased population instead. Alright, so I think probably what we're seeing here is that each of these cities has a spy in it. Obviously, that's pretty not great for us. I'm gonna try to catch these guys before they can get to wherever it is that they're going. Alright, this should be pretty favorable. Yep, favorable enough that they just ran rather than fighting it. We did not unveil any spies. They have engaged in a really weird attack. I don't know what the value of this is. Where's my hero? Oh, why are you down there? Oh, please be in a place where you can contribute to the battle. Yeah, they attacked me with a single preacher, and they intend to keep it that way, apparently. Alright, I don't know... Oh, I was gonna say I don't know why my armies are moving, like, down and around, but it's because there's a bunch of cliffs here, and they actually have to do that. Alright, well this is gonna be really tedious to watch, I apologize. Let's try to make sure that our guys are moving forward so that we're... Okay. They're filling up the spots in there. I just want to make sure that we get as much of a surround on this guy as possible so that this combat ends in the smallest possible number of turns. Where are you going? All you had to do was move forward one space and you'd be able to attack. So he gets to live... Thanks to our hero intentionally moving in a way that prevents her from attacking, the enemy gets to hit us one last time. The combat AI on the Allayi heroes is very broken, and I'm not sure why. I'm sure I mentioned it in the last video, but they do this thing sometimes. If you don't give them the best possible orders, sometimes they just will walk one space in a random direction as their turn. It doesn't seem to happen to the other races' heroes. So those purple guys are actually leaving. Blue is... I know this thing is showing gray, but it's because we can't see that it's blue units. It's definitely blue units. Blue is pillaging our thing here. We don't really have the ability to do anything about it. We have to get back into position to deal with this army trying to hit Gulji. Yeah, we are stretched very thin here. But it looks like we finally got monks researched. There is no way. That's in range? They're like 6 tiles away. Alright, well, I guess this is the battle. This is the battle for the fate of both of these cities. It's a big deal. So we want healthy Seeker 3s in front. This is actually really awkward because they're going to be able to pepper us with arrows, and we're only going to be able to attack them with one thing. Actually, what we have to do here, I think, is back way off. That's not where I clicked. There you go. We have to back way off so that the AI moves those archers forward. If we try to attack them in that bottleneck, they're just going to be able to rain arrows on us, and we're not going to be able to do anything about it. It's suicide. Alright, so we're going to have everybody hold position for a couple of turns. Oh, interesting. He chose not to include any of his reinforcements in the attack. So he just threw these archers away for no reason. That's nice. Alright, the militia can go ahead and charge. Because they move after the archers. Yep, we just need those guys to come down off of that... I do wish that there was a way to change all of the units in an army's strategy. You can set a starting strategy at the start of the battle, but there's no way, there's no 1 or 2 button click that's just like, okay, now all my guys on the offensive. And it seems like there ought to be. That's a useful sort of thing to do. I mean, we do it all the time. Yep, deal 0 damage, take 59. Seems legit. These guys do have, like, they have so much defense just standing in the open. Fortunately, with them being archers, God, Allayi hero AI. Fortunately, with them being archers, we can negatively affect their morale by surrounding them, which will help lower that defense. Yeah, the Allayi hero AI is so broken. I don't know why it's just them. It's such a strange problem. Ah, well, that guy's gonna die, actually. Oh no, he took 0 damage from the attack. That was lucky. Well, it does help that that guy's attack and defense are all screwed up due to the morale. Yeah, Allayi heroes, for some reason, think that move 1 space in a random direction is an aggressive move, I think. I think that's what's causing the problem. It's really nobody moved into this space. Nobody could figure out that that was the thing that was worth doing. And I'm gonna have to manually specify all of the heroes' moves just to keep them doing something relevant most of the time. All right, we are unfortunately going to be experiencing that bottleneck here. We at least get to attack him with 2 units most of the time. 89 damage, Jesus. So that's his high damage number. We've seen 2 of the high value in 2 turns. Again, the best possible chance for that to happen is 25%. If it happens again here, the guy will just die. Okay. We got a much more reasonable 29. Damn it, hero. He had the option of moving here, in which case he would have been able to attack. That's a bug that could definitely be fixed. Alright, it looks like we'll probably get him this turn. Provided that the hero does actually attack. There you go. Alright, so that was pretty advantageous ground for them getting to start up on that cliff with the nice natural bottleneck. I have to admit to being very annoyed. Alright. That's a good solution to that problem, though. Ah, escalating pearl costs. We've actually run too low on pearls to finish the triangle. I could try to finish it with the megapole. Alright, let's have a look at the monks. Let's talk about our new unit. So what is different about the monk? First of all, the monk is flying, so that's handy. They have the same shifter nature ability as everybody else. Their second shifter ability is shifting rage. Try to get my mouse to actually stay in position here. Each consecutive counterattack increases defense and damage by 20%. And it deals damage to the target and opponents in a cone up to 1 tile per consecutive counterattack. So, in light form, it's a little awkward to take advantage of this because in light form you want them to get counterattacked, but in dark form you want them to attack, which means that you want them to have different initiative values in the two forms, basically. Basically, you just build for one of them and ignore the other one, pretty much. In dark form, it's each consecutive attack increases attack and damage by 20% and gives you a cone of violence. These guys are really effective during the winter. Shifting rage, dark form is super good. So let's upgrade our monk design for sure. Let's get them packing. Oh, they don't have it right. They don't have a boot slot. Flying units often don't. I think we want to keep them rolling with the two-handed swords. You can go to spears as well to get Cavalry Slayer, but I think we want to go Infantry Slayer. Our primary danger against the cultists is the archers, actually, and we don't have a weapon that specializes for fighting archers. We do have... Actually, hold on a second. I shouldn't have done that. But we do have a weapon that specializes in fighting the Forgotten units, which is something that we're going to have to do in the near future. We probably want to be using Claymores of Glass Steel, though, for the initiative bonus. Alright. So we need to do something here. It's probably produce some monks. This army needs to move back in this direction, I guess. We gotta go menace those guys. We also need to pick a new research. Okay, so we have the ability to build watchtowers now. That might be helpful if we can find the time to do it. We're gonna need central markets. We're almost happy. That's something. Aldodev, I guess, also can... Man. 28. Just 28 turns. City is in a bad place while sieged. Siege doesn't really reduce the output of your citizens by very much, but it screws up your output from tiles, so low population cities are particularly damaged by siege. Let's see if we can flush these guys out before reinforcements show up. I should be okay here, but I'm going to manual it just in case. I'm a little nervous. Once again, they are trying to take advantage of a natural bottleneck with their placement. Not a bad idea. The AI never ever does anything like this when it's placing my units. Alright, so we're going to do this, and we're going to, again, hold position, wait for them to come out. Except this time we're going to hold position for a little bit longer, wait for them to come out a little further. The militia are far enough back that I think they can go ahead and advance. Is that right? These guys are super far back. These guys will run to... Nah, they should be holding as well. These ones can start positioning themselves. I'm fine with that. Oh, did I change this guy to hold position? I'm not actually sure that I did. Well, if I didn't, he's dead. Yep, he's dead. Great, and that's going to delay the movement of the archers. That's really frustrating. Like I said, there really needs to be a button that's just everybody in my army have this attitude. No. Alright, so they have 2 move with 3 range. This turn they're going to be able to attack us. Is there anything I can do about that? Because I really don't want to fight them yet. You guys need to hold position. Yeah, okay. Alright, that ought to do. You guys can go ahead and attack. So this will peel my front line back a little bit. The archers will still be able to move forward and attack, but they'll only be able to hit the militia, which I'm actually totally fine with. Oh, and they chose not to even. If he had moved to here, he would have been able to fire. Alright. Everybody, do aggression. You don't have to set them to aggressive to have them follow an attack command, a specific attack command. But I'm setting them to aggressive just in case something weird happens. I don't want them to stand their ground when it's definitely time to unleash. He needs pretty specific orders or else he'll just do nothing no matter what. Alright. Here we go. Here's hoping we don't endure too many casualties on the rush. Damage. It hurts. Yeah, their stats are really impressive. I'm actually kind of wondering if maybe they're even past Palladian gear. Hero's getting to take a very little bit of advantage of that healing aura. We're trying to move the hero to the nearest unoccupied space. But I think a lot of this stuff is going to fill up with militia. Yeah. Alright, we'll try to keep the hero moving forward. I don't think it's going to matter, though. I think these guys are going to be dead before the hero gets a turn. So basically, we have to fight purple to enough of a standstill that they have to stop pushing forward with units and start playing defense. We need to go over there, we need to take their city. Because it's important to us that blue not get it, which means we have to get it, because the purple will not last throughout the game. Cultists never do. AI cultists never do. And then, once we have purple's capital, we have to figure out how we're going to deal with blue. And blue has settled all the way over to here. Well... Also, pink has Samaj, somehow. Green is finally encroaching from the west. Yeah, basically, we have to claim Sondir, and then... we have to fight blue, but I don't know how. The problem with fighting blue is that we're going to be attacked from all sides when we declare war. I guess if pink and blue have declared war on each other, then this province and this province might be occupied dealing with pink. But honestly, I think the moment we declare war, we're going to get forces from the north pushing to capital and all of these guys pushing to Aldodev. And I don't know how we'll survive. Well, one problem at a time, I suppose. Alright, Gulji has a sewer now. That should be helpful. Our income is actually pretty good right at this moment. Let's see if we can't rebuild these buildings real quick. We should probably pull these guys off of Dust since Dust is going so well. Try to get our population running again. Let's not put right-of-way on the docket just yet. Can we get this monk out any faster? Wow, that really... Okay, we need to keep these guys on food. Let's make sure that we actually get some population. We did not find any spies in either of our roundups, which doesn't mean the spies aren't there, it just means we didn't find them. So there was another purple army. Here it is. I guess maybe waiting to have enough influence to convert or something. So these guys only have 3 range. As long as we don't attack this thing from any of these 4 hexes, I guess... No. That's not realistic. We're gonna have to... I guess we're gonna have to split the army up and, like, send 2 guys to focus on the archer. Yeah, this is gonna hurt. No matter how we set this up, this is gonna hurt. Alright, well... These 2 guys are probably the best suited for that task. Alright. Here we go. This is the strategy. Unfortunately, we're going to take some sweep strike damage here. Not really avoidable. They ran to a position where they couldn't attack anything. Instead of running to an... Oh, this position is a cliff, right? They wouldn't have been able to attack from there anyway. It's interesting that the archers moved toward us. I don't really understand that. I guess they must have been targeting someone down here, but still strange. Okay. The next attack should bring him down. We've killed a lot of purple units in this last couple of turns, but cultists have a powerful city that probably has a very impressive manufacturing base, so I'm not sure. Damn hero. No, you need to be attacking. I shouldn't have to manually tell you to attack when your orders are to be aggressive. Alright, anyway, I don't remember what I was saying. I was saying that the cultists probably have the manufacturing base to be pumping out troops. Like, the fact that I've destroyed a couple of cultist armies here probably does not mean that the cultists are running low on units. They probably have a ton of units still, but we gotta try to take this city. So there's a cliff face that runs all the way from the bottom of their region up to here. So in order to hit the cultist city, we have to walk all the way almost to the north border of that region and then come back down, which is going to hinder my ability to get reinforcements in. Oh, I guess it's not going to be that bad. Our reinforcements are going to be flying units, so they'll just be able to fly over the cliff. We have to deal with this, I guess. You know what? Honestly, the monk and the militia from Iberian will be able to handle it. Alright, and then yes, we also have to remember that blue is hovering around here for no reason other than to make it hard for me to do stuff, basically. Yep, go get him. Okay. I did the battle in manual in case he included his reinforcements. He did not, so we get to just kill the snake real easily. And nothing really was lost to us because we didn't have this city or this village under control anyway. So I knew I would be at war by the end of this video. I didn't realize that it was going to be with purple. I thought blue and pink were the likely candidates. The way these purple units are moving, it looks like maybe they were planning to attack those blue guys. That would be handy. It will not be handy if blue sieges that city before I can get there, though. Or honestly, if blue is just around while I'm trying to siege the city, because they may well attack my units to ensure that they can take the city. And if they take that city, that bodes fairly ill for us. How did that happen? Purple didn't actually win that fight, did they? Did blue just retreat? Also, why were those blue units even visible to me? Actually, let's start the battle from this side in the hopes of... Nope, those guys are way too close not to be included. Oh, Sondir's reinforcements are significant. That is a level 7 hero with probably pretty okay stats. Alright. Well, there's a reasonable chance that the reinforcements from the city will not get included. We definitely are making them come to us on this one. Because we don't have another choice that leads to our survival. Nope. Reinforcements from the city, that means we probably lose pretty badly here. Well, let's make them come to us. Hopefully they'll split up and come around the lake as two separate forces. We might be able to minimize our casualties here. We're going to lose this battle, but we may be able to still get some value. Inflict a reasonable amount of harm in response. Honestly, I think we just sit again. The preacher's gonna get to hit somebody, but it's not gonna matter. Oh, that's not a preacher, it's a fanatic. Duh. That actually is something that I should have attacked on. Alright. Here we go. This turn is the go aggressive turn. So we hit the archers, right? I think our focus is the archers. As many people as we can, get in on these guys. The fanatics are not primary concern. Losing this hero is going to be expensive, though. We can hope that they don't quite finish us off. They are focusing the hero pretty hard. Which actually is probably a good thing for me, I think. If they spend a bunch of turns fighting the hero, and the hero dies, but other people survive, then it's sort of like they wasted those turns. The hero being horribly injured is a bad thing, obviously, but the loss of our non-hero units would be more expensive to us. Here comes the militia from the city, too. Militia are particularly problematic because our core unit is cavalry, and all militia have cavalry slayer. Alright, yeah. Continue to focus on the Nameless Guard. Ouch, 85 damage. I have no idea what my units are going to do now. They're going to go after the hero. Okay, that's the worst thing that they could possibly do in this situation. Although I guess access to the archer is pretty limited too. Yeah, we're taking a lot of damage from the militia here. I cannot believe these units are in range for the city to contribute. It's a little crazy. Well, so we're not even actually going to deal that much damage. We killed a single unit. Redirect my remaining guys up here. We might be able to bring down... We'll probably be able to bring down one fanatic. Because the hero should do some decent damage here. Not very much. Yeah, and then this fanatic's gonna block the path. These guys can make it there still. He has 48 health. 0 damage. Super good. Alright, well, that is an army lost. Without really even very much value gained. We killed a Nameless Guard and a Fanatic for our entire military, basically. Yeah. We might be in a little bit of trouble here. I would say it is possible that we are in a small amount of trouble. We can afford to start pumping out units here. It is actually not cheaper to build Seekers than it is to build Monks. Let's just put a Monk on the thing. And that still may as well be forever. So we have all of our cities producing monks at full speed, but it's not going to be enough, I'm afraid. Alright, we had to get these guys over to Gulgi as quickly as possible. Ah yes, the magic of having ship tech already. Plus flying to, I don't know why flying units can't just fly over the water. Blue is going to pillage our villages for no reason other than to be a jerk. It looks like purple is going to be our formal undoing, but blue is certainly not helping anything. Yep. Blue has cost us a point of population in a way that was completely unstoppable and really didn't even help them at all. How injured are these guys? Not injured is the answer to that question. I think that it makes sense to attack here. These guys don't have incredible stats. They actually are far enough away that we get them alone. The game really, really thinks they're going to win this battle. And if that is the case, I am in a bad place. It's a bad place to be in. I will admit that our monk is not totally... Wow. Okay. Well, 0 damage is a pretty bad start. Yeah, we did minimum damage. They did maximum damage on that first attack. Okay. Well, seeing how our units match up here, I think we can probably just call this game. I honestly don't even think that we're going to be able to get this guy down, yeah. Well, that was okay damage. So he has 48 health. Yeah, we don't get him. But we do wound him somewhat badly and only lose twice as many units as his army had in total. I think that this game is probably lost. Without any kind of army, I think the best play would be Alchemy Workshop. If we were going to continue playing, I think the best play is Alchemy Workshop to try to catch up on science. Basically, we can make a last-ditch attempt to get blue to return to, or to get purple to give us a truce. Yeah, he is, shockingly enough, not interested. Correctly predicting that he is going to be able to destroy us. I don't think we can fight purple off with our limited resources and building ability. Industry output. Minus 100% regeneration. Hey, that'll show that guy that we horribly injured. Where are these dudes going? Are they not... Hold on. Are these guys not actually attacking our city? Because that would make it less likely that we would lose if our enemies are not actually trying to fight us. We are finally getting to enough... we've finally gotten to enough dust to hire some more heroes. Let's go ahead and hire a governor. Not that it matters, but in theory, a governor would be helpful for the defense of the city. Industry efficiency, lots and lots of Allayi governors here. We do have some expansion support on some of them, which is just a reduction in the penalty for approval from expansion, which actually would be really helpful for us. This guy has food 2, influence 3, though. That's pretty strong. And the capital is on a river, isn't it? Oh no, it's Gulgi that's on a river. The capital is not on a river. I still think it's right to pick up the Draken. In case you're unfamiliar, the reason that I care about the river for picking up this hero is that the first skill in the Draken tree is plus food on rivers. But I still think it's right to pick this guy up because food boost is important. And the fact that he has double boost is really nice. We'd like to buy our other hero back out of the academy, but I honestly don't think it's as important as doing this. And of course we're eating spy actions again. Blue has found some extra influence to use on us. It's unfortunate. I'm not sure at all what these purple guys are doing. I thought for sure that they were running over to attack the city. Maybe they're headed for the... No, they're not interested in the Skyfin either. What on earth are they doing? Alright, well, we have a monk. Let's merge our two new monks together here. And real quick, go and get some sense of, what is going on? Why can't I... That was weird. Alright, let's get a sense here of how much it's going to cost to buy back our army here. Okay, so actually, another turn of income plus another turn of healing reducing the cost might be good enough. If not, it'll be close. Maybe we haven't quite lost after all because purple just doesn't seem interested in finishing the job. I'm not going to complain about it. Listen, when you're in a situation... anytime you're playing a game, really, this advice is always applicable. We don't want to pull these guys off of dust, unfortunately. Whenever you're playing a game, you have to play to your outs. You have to think, what can happen in this situation that can lead to me still winning, or at least temporarily not losing the game. And you have to play to that. And if your only out is your opponent forgetting how to attack cities and leaving you alone inexplicably, then that's what you play to. If your only out is to, you know, stall and hope that your opponent has some sort of congenital heart defect that flares up, then that's what you play to. So, I think this is going to be it for this video, but for right now, we're playing to purple being real bad and mysteriously not killing us, and giving us enough of a chance to find a foothold here that we can somehow... Man, I don't even know. I don't know what our long-term plan would be here. It looks real grim, I'm not going to lie. Well, come back next time, see if we can, in fact, find our way back into this game. And we'll see you then.